Keean Bexte for Rebel News here in Madrid, Spain at Climate Alarmist Central. This is the festival that the United Nations holds every year. It's the third time it's being held in Europe. It's the festival that they hold to showcase the leaps and strides they're making in convincing the world that we're all going to die in 12 years. There are so many interesting points of hypocrisy here, so many points of waste. There's booths everywhere. And we're going to go around and show you exactly how crazy these people are. There's some doozies. Let's go. Now, this is our first stop in this fairground, and it really is a sight to behold. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, to be quite honest with you. It is very highbrow, and it really encapsulates what this climate movement is all about. I want to know if my dishwasher is going to cost more to run when these folks are done ransacking our government institutions and our policy. But these folks, well, this is the big A agenda here right now. This feminist critique on the climate, covering boobs in plastic. I'm not sure what they're saying, to be honest, but I'm sure they think that they're being quite profound. This is all about how the oceans are being destroyed, and somehow this acrylic on boob is really driving a point home. I don't know what it is, to be honest. We're going to keep going. Now, we've come a long way from the fashion exhibit. Now we're in the world of virtual reality. This is a guy that's climbing through the International Space Station, I believe. Don't know what it has to do with the climate, but it's here at the Global Warming Conference. So this is an interactive art booth, and don't forget, this is about climate change. We sit down and stare into the eyes of someone else. I'm too uncomfortable to do this, so I'm actually going to tap out and sub Sheila in. Sheila's going to sit down and see how long she can stare into the eyes of a random Spaniard. This is going to save the climate. This is Endesa, which many of you probably don't know what it is. It is a gas company. It's a utility company here in Spain. It's all about getting natural gas into people's homes to warm it up. Now, this whole conference is a greenwashing conference. There's ads from Coca-Cola all over, and you might know Coca-Cola is the leading plastic polluter in the world, but at COP25, they're sponsoring everything. Along with this natural gas company, along with Iberdrola, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, they're also a utility company, and they sponsored the unused electric vehicle charging stations. This is just an ode to uselessness and hypocrisy. That's all this is. Now, right over here is a bike that blends fruits. You'll never believe it unless you see it. Let's go check it out. So this is the bike that a pineapple, for example, will be shipped over from Hawaii on a plane, on a boat, whatever it is. It'll be shipped right to your doorstep. Perhaps it even gets on a diesel truck on its way there. But right when it gets to your door, no more carbon. You got this bike. You can put a blender right there. You can spin those pedals, and you got yourself a smoothie without using any carbon at all, except for the planes and the boats and the trucks that the fruits took to get to your doorstep. Now, everything here at the Global Warming Conference in Spain is made from this really weird, thick cardboard material because they don't want to use plastic or anything that might be durable. They want to use single-use cardboard. You might remember back in the 1990s and early 2000s when the whole Al Gore movement was about getting off of paper and cardboard. Because guess what? You got to cut down trees to make paper, you got to cut down trees to make cardboard. But here at the Global Warming Conference in Spain, they cut down trees to make trees, single-use trees, where they hang notices about global warming on them. That's what's happening here. And it's not just this tree, it's everything. It's the walls. They have LED screens in cardboard. And what's going to happen to this when they're done with it? Well, it'll maybe be recycled. Most likely, it'll be in a landfill. But at the end of the day, the tree isn't coming back. So we just talked about how the United Nations cuts down trees so that they can print cardboard trees. Really weird, but well, it also looks like they're shipping in plants from all around the world, probably putting it on planes, maybe ships, who knows. So this is Chlorophytum comosum, native to South Africa and a little bit of Australia. It was moved over there. Certainly not Spain, along with a lot of other tropical plants here. They're all shipped in to make a statement that they're green, but when you scratch the surface and look underneath, this isn't green at all, it's wasteful. So a big part of this global warming conference is centered around how indigenous ways of knowing is going to solve the climate crisis. Now, indigenous folks from all around the world have been shipped in to Spain, from Hawaii to South America to Central America to North America. They've all come here, not on boats, but on, you guessed it, planes, to talk about indigenous ways of knowing. If that's not ironic, I don't know what is. Well, there you have it. This is the exclusive Rebel tour of the Global Warming Conference in Madrid, Spain. Just as we told you it was, it's ripe with hypocrisy, and not a lot is getting done here aside from a lot of virtue signaling and bundling up some crazy alongside the global warming narrative so that it's easy to spoon feed to the rest of the world. For Rebel News in Madrid, Spain, I'm Keean Bexte. Thanks for watching our coverage here at Madrid, Spain. Please go to rebelun.com to see everything that we've done here while we've been in Madrid. And if you want to pitch in a few bucks to help us with our coverage, it is one of a kind. There's nobody else here with a critical, even slightly critical view of the United Nations and their global warming narrative. If you want to pitch in a few bucks to help our coverage, please go to rebelun.com.